Hello viewers, and welcome to a fresh start. Wait, I named an episode that a couple days ago. This is a different fresh start. This is actually a fresh start. I was being ironic before. Yep. Reset. Okay, so we start a new game, but start a new game, but we don't lose any of the information that we had. And in fact, I definitely wasn't seeing outposts and stuff at the beginning. Maybe we're keeping more than our information. Wait a second. I didn't have this before. There have been protests, fundamentalists saying that we're breaching our trust in God, that we should let everything take the course He set for us. It's like the world's religious zealots have put aside their differences to efficiently annoy me. I wish you could tell them otherwise. We've had a couple of bricks thrown at us, a fairly nice potted plant, and even a screeching cat. The last one was a lie, but these people are amazingly creative when it comes to being utter asses. Honestly, it's getting pretty frightening. I think they're actually having the National Guard come down next week, as this is getting out of hand. So, unfortunately, that's kind of a generic science fiction, people objecting to the science kind of message. That doesn't give me a lot of information about what's going on. Let's see what we started with here today. Lure, gather, generator, tow, motion. Jeff, Twicky, and Tim. Twicky's a strange name. Well, I suppose let's get out there. We're definitely things are changing, though. I mean, I guess it's possible that there's always a possibility for research stations to appear, like outposts, but I think we're making some kind of internal progress here. Which, of course, is the most important kind of progress. Alright. Actually, I should, maybe I should amend my... what do you call it? My alias. Okay. Re-upgrade. Ship Surveyor's okay. It's not great. It is like finding scrap, though. At the very worst. Oh my. What an opening. Okay. Good to know. Somewhere out here, I hope, we'll find some kind of answer. But there's not really a particular reason to think that. It's very natural for humans, I think, to assume that there will be some kind of explanation for things. But we really have no good reason to expect an explanation for things. There's no reason to assume, if this was a real situation and not something created by another person, there's no reason to assume that I would ever get to find out what had happened. So I guess the entirety of my assumption that I'll get to find out what happened now is based on the idea that I think a human would want to tell me. That's maybe not a safe assumption. Part of what I really love about science fiction stuff like this, and honestly, a lot of the things that I like, you know, Southern Gothic literature and the X-Files, horror movies that are not the crappy kind of horror movies, is that our desire to find out what's happened is sort of a silly, it's sort of a silly thing. It's something that unites us all, I think. Okay. It's something that unites us all, I think. It's a very human characteristic. But I kind of like when a story doesn't give you that information. In a certain sense, we feel like almost like we're owed that information, I think. But we're not. We're really not. And so I kind of like it when I don't get it. Feels, I don't know, it feels more natural to me not to know, I guess. Navigate. I think we're going to power up room 10 here. Let's see what we can see. What are you stuck on? These drones, man. So, obviously I'm in a little bit of a weird mood today. You guys have watched, if you're watching this, and you've watched the whole series to get here, you've seen me run the motion sensor, and then navigate the rooms, open a door and wait for something to move. Many times. Many, many times. And I guess I don't understand why someone would do that. I say that because it seems silly to me that anybody would want to watch me play this, but I watch Let's Plays on YouTube all the time. But so I'm trying to give you a little something more. Something that isn't just me saying the same 3 things over and over again. I want this to be interesting. Anyway, I forget what my point was. The important thing is, if you are like me, and you love that feeling, and you'd like to have it a whole bunch of times, that feeling of something being strange and not quite ever being explained, my recommendation to you is to go listen to Welcome to Night Vale. Or the new thing that Joseph Fink is doing, Alice Isn't Dead. I'm really enjoying that so far. Anyway, I'll focus on the game now. So, I'm going to try to be pretty thorough here. We are flush with healthy drones and functioning modules, and I think it behooves us, when I say us, of course, as usual, I mean me, I don't know why I always say us. I'm trying to include you guys, you know? Do you feel included? Do you feel some responsibility for the things, the horrible things that are happening out here? I need to review. I think we need to be thorough right now, because right now is the easiest time to be thorough, basically. Things are never gonna get much easier for us. They might get better. It may be the case that we have... Ooh, I've never seen that before. That's very interesting. Things may get easier. We may end up, you know, with... Oh, God, fence. Okay, closing the door. Get out of here. So this room's probably safe, right? In any other situation, I would go around to room 14 and come through, but I'm scared that if I go in there, something will come out of the vent. And by something, of course, I mean a swarm of those little monsters. I think this room should be clear, based on, you know, what happened earlier with the adjacent room. Okay, great, great, great. So that means we can redock. So let me... I know that there is an enemy in room 5, and I know that there's an enemy in room 16. Let's try to remember these things. I know that room 14 is clear-ish, but maybe not clear. Oh, and I know room 3 had an enemy in it. 19. You know what I have not done, actually, is checked out room 9. I'll close the airlock door just in case. Yeah, so it's possible that I'll be in a better position, but I'll never be in an easier position. By which I mean not having to worry about my equipment breaking down. Like, things are orderly right now in a way that makes exploration easier. What do I want to do? I'd like to try to get access to rooms that I haven't explored yet. But I don't have a very safe way of doing that. Okay, here's what we'll do. I can get access to room 12 pretty much hammered out, I think. Yep. That's what I thought. Well, never mind. I'm glad I wasn't in there when it happened, I guess. Alright, new plan. We'll back these guys up. We'll scan, since room 13 has a clean scan, and we'll open door 9. If there's something in room 7, it shouldn't take very long for it to decide to check out that door. But the point I was making with all that, knowing what's going on in X-Files and Alice Isn't Dead stuff, is that part of what I find really fascinating about this game is the not knowing. And I think if you told me right now that I would never get to know, that would remove some of the beauty of the experience. The uncertainty of it is really compelling. The searching, but feeling like I legitimately might not ever find out what happened and why everybody is dead and why it's so quiet out here. It's kind of beautiful, man. There's a way in which you can know things, or not know things, that is beautiful. There are also ways in which you cannot know things that are intensely frustrating. It's like something under your skin that you just have to dig out, which is maybe not something that people who are psychologically healthy say. It struck me as I was saying it. But there are ways in which you cannot know things that are kind of beautiful. This is not the result I wanted at all. Okay, I have precious little certainty here. This is one of those ways that is not beautiful. What am I going to do? So I can't necessarily open any of these doors safely. If room 14 didn't have a vent in it, I would feel pretty confident doing a motion sensor from 13 and then opening door 10. But I assume, since the swarms can come out of the vents, that they also can recede back into them, and that being the case, a change in state for room 14's motion sensor output is just not valuable. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Given the difficulty of securing additional information about the rooms, I think maybe this is the point at which we should leave. Like I said, being thorough is easier right now than it usually will be. Oh, I can't even go back to room 2. I couldn't close this door because I needed the door open to move, and then I didn't have access to the door. And I flushed something into room 5, which means that this room is potentially unsafe. Yeah, alright. I think it's time we were going. Oh, that's true. Okay, and room 9 is not safe. So that's good to know. Twiki, buddy, you alright? Okay. There are pathfinding problems with the drone AI, obviously. But the way they solve problems, the way they solve those problems, whether they've had a pathfinding issue, is just hilarious to me. Alright, so we got a teleport upgrade, which is crazy. We got a ship surveyor that's gonna fall apart any day now. And frankly, is not that valuable in the first place. I think we're probably just gonna scrap, honestly. That's just like free money. No, not this. This. Oh, you can repair the ship's schematic view now. That's right, they released a patch. I read that in the patch notes and I totally forgot about it. That is not cheap. Hell yeah. 6 scrap. That's awesome. Okay, things are going well. Let's move Zach into active duty. We will repair Zach very slightly. And probably not use him for anything, except I have in the past had a mission where we found 2 destroyed drones that each had multiple modules on them, and Zach can be useful for transporting modules. Okay, there's a trading post over here that I actually would really like to access. What does the galaxy look like? Okay, I have another system to jump to. So this is 1, and then 3 more gets me to here. Or okay, yeah. So we have enough fuel that we can jump to the Southpaw, then jump to the Durga, then jump to the trading post. I suppose I should say fly to, because the word jump has a particular meaning in this context. Alright, so we get to search lots of ships in our opening region. I used 8 motion sensors already. Those things, you go through those quickly. No fascinating logs. Okay, another pretty big ship, by the way. Not a very interesting room at all. I think we're going to use our motion sensor in here first. Okay, hostilities. This is some pretty bad intel. Bad information here, not useful. And that room also is unsafe. Okay. Well, what does that mean for us? I really don't have any way of verifying the safety of anything, then. We could redock to airlock 2. Try again from there. Yeah, what the hell? Oh, wait. There's no particular reason to leave that door open. And if, like, there should be a pipe burst in R3 and a radiation leak, then I'll be happy I closed that. So, motion sensor? No clear readings. Jeez. So, we don't have any good information at all, except for we know the room here has an enemy in it. I could redock to R2, open this door and open the airlock. Aside from that, there's absolutely nothing I can do that's safe. Well, okay. If that's all I can do that's safe, then that's what I will do. I'm not actually going to get... Oh, no. Okay, I did. I was going to say, I'm not actually going to get a notification that the job is done, I think, but I did. I figured because I didn't have that room available to me on the schematic view. Alright, well, that should clear the room out. I guess let's check. It's possible that that room has another room beyond it, and that the door to that other room beyond it was open. Be careful, though. Ready to close the door in a real hurry. Okay. That was handy. All of the stuff in this room could very well have broken from exposure, so we kind of got lucky here. It was possible that that was going to be the end of our little journey right there. Nav 23R6. Do I want to take Drone 2 into the ship, redock it, so that I can close this door and then redock it? No, that shouldn't be necessary. Right? Yeah. Okay, so, room 3 doesn't have a clear scan, right? Right. So there's no way for me to know whether or not something is in room 7, because all of the rooms that are adjacent to it have bad scans. I really wish I had, like, a stealth module or something. The only room that has a clean scan on the whole ship is the room we're currently in. And unfortunately, not a room that can be used for testing, because it's the room that has the generator in it. Well, I have a plan. Okay. In case it hasn't become clear to you, my plan is to use this drone to do unsafe things. Oh, but do I want to do unsafe things here? Probably not, given that this is the... My plan was to just open door 25 and inch this drone forward, and then back up real fast and slam the door if there's something in there. But that's not actually a good play. Because if there is something in there, then we'll be trapped. We'll have no way back to the ship. I don't even know if room 4 is safe. Otherwise, I could do a little redock thing, leave the drone over here, and come around. Man, I have no way of testing rooms. And like, I have this lure, right? I could drop a lure in room 3, open door 25, and that would tell me if something had been in room 7. But, well, actually, no, that's totally viable. Let's do that. Oh no, it's not. That's not a real plan, because it would only work if the thing in room 7 was biological. Some of our enemies are biological, but they're also sometimes killer robots. We've definitely seen killer robots. So dropping a lure, my plan was dropping a lure in room 3, opening door 25. If the lure gets attacked, close door 25, send the drone through, explore room 7, drop a lure, come back, open door 25 again, let it attack the lure, come back. But if the thing in room 7 is a robot, then that wouldn't work, and I would wander into room 7 to my doom. Welcome to I Am Doom. Room 5 is not necessarily safe. And I don't have power to the airlock right now, or I would just airlock it. Okay, that's the new plan. Well, if we get nothing else out of here and I decide that it's better to just leave than risk, at least we got some jump fuel. Okay, so dock A1. Actually, I don't even need him out here. A2. A2. Okay. Now this room is safe. We can, at the very least, run the motion sensor in here. Okay, we got a couple of clean reads. Let me think about this for a moment. In theory, the fact that that room was exposed to the void should mean that it's safe, because if there was anything in the ventilation ducts, it should have been yanked out forcefully by the vacuum. But I don't think that that is necessarily how it works in the game. I do not feel safe about that. Alright, little sacrifice drone. This guy gets to do the scouting when there's a vent involved. These rooms gave clear readings. Alright, shipboard defenses. Actually, not anything of interest in these rooms, though. Robot. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw it. Okay, so room 4 is confirmed unsafe. That was a hostile, functional robot. Okay. We're gonna get some more information. I'm gonna do exactly the same kind of scouting that I just did. Just to say, ready to flee and slam the door shut. Zach has actually been tremendously useful. It's kind of nice to have a drone who doesn't have any direct value. All right, so this whole side of the ship is cursed, as far as I'm concerned. We're done with that. Alright, we're going to do this with the doors closed. We're maximum safety. Yep, Dick A4. That's exactly what I want you to do. I can't believe that's the first time I've made that typo, frankly. Oh no, wait, I can't do this. I have to remember to open door 13 first. I apologize if this is tedious. In the future, I will talk more about podcasts that I like. No, not talk R2. Nav to R2 generator. D13. So, this way, the maximum possible number of doors is closed, which is a thing that I have very strong feelings about. That's true, I didn't open the airlock door. Okay. So, we haven't scouted room 8 yet. Alright, it took a little bit of time and a little bit of planning and a little bit of risk. But we managed to get deeper into the ship. To a set of rooms that actually yield some information when you scan them. So, in theory, we probably don't need room 10, right? I'll just keep moving the monster rightward. Actually, we can probably move it all the way to all the way through door 5. We're lucky. You can hang out with the swarm in the vents. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. I wish that there were a couple of different states for the room flags. Oh. Well, I guess I can do this. My plan was to move it into room 12, but I guess I don't actually have access to that door. There's a lot of stuff living on this ship. Although I guess living is maybe a little presumptuous. I have no idea how much of it is robots. Hey, Jeremy. A busted up tow module and a sensor. Both pretty handy, actually. D33, 25. We're actually getting quite a haul now. Oh, yep. I just wish that, I wish that the close all door commands closed the airlocks as well. I bet there's a way to modify the alias so that it does in fact do that. This is a pretty lengthy exploration, man. I guess I don't need to close the airlock. Okay, Room 11 was clear, right? Yeah, I've been in there. Rooms that you haven't been in have a dotted outline. So... let's start with this. Let's move that, whatever it is, back into this room. So there was a thing in room 9 already. I moved something from room 13 over to room 9, then back, but the thing that was in room 9 never left. So... okay. Maybe we can get it to move over to to room 10 if I leave this door open. You. Okay. Yeah, that was a possibility. I suppose that was a possibility. Well, that gave me a little jump. Oh. Hmm? Are you sure? You seem to be confused. It says multiple drones can process the command tow, but that's not actually true. There's a tow module on the busted drone that's in our bay, but that drone is busted. That's why I call it the busted drone. Okay, so we just lost a tremendous amount of scrap worth of hit points there. That sucks. But at this point, there's no reason to stop, really, right? Yeah, we'll keep going. I'll have Zach pick up all of that, all of First Drone's modules, and we'll just keep going. Oh, you know what? I bet if I had teleported real quickly, I could have escaped the second leap. I was kind of hoping after it pounced that it would move north through the door and I'd be able to get away, but it didn't actually get off of him enough. I was hoping that it would move back into room 9 a little bit and I could just back up and slam the door, but it didn't happen that way. Okay, so room 10 is unsafe. Right now, room 13 is unsafe. Well, let's keep working. I don't think we're quite at a deficit here. I could heal that drone back up to full if I wanted. But... oh, not gather, sorry. Generator. Sorry about that. Okay, so... a lot of bad data, bad reads. Actually, you know what? Let's put it in that room instead. Come on, buddy. Move over. Alright. So, I had been, for most of the last game, I had been treating the, drone hit points as pretty immaterial. But, in fact, now that I know about the, scary fungus, I think it's probably not a great idea to have everybody running around at low health because it's very easy for that stuff to, like, leach through a wall and suddenly disable a drone. What is my plan here? Get another big batch of rooms with no information. I We were just tearing through these motion sensors. I hope nothing horrible happens, because our path to getting out of here is actually pretty convoluted. We're going to have the drones move back to room 6, power room 6, and like there's a bunch of door toggling involved. Basically, I cannot disengage from the ship with a single command, which always makes me nervous. I saw red and I panicked a little bit, but it's just a damaged console. Okay. Wait, no, that doesn't help me. I was like, well, I'll just move the thing out of here, but I can't then use this door to explore, because, you know, we can't open the door. This is my least favorite part of the game, is the waiting for things to move into the motion sensor. So we found quite a bit of scrap. We found a jump fuel, we found a new drone, we found a couple of more modules on the drone. The tow module, of course, will just be converted into 3 scrap. So actually quite a lot of scrap. Also, man, the birds outside are super loud. That feels secure-ish. I wonder if there's a way to hotkey. I guess I could use an auto hotkey script or something. But I could hotkey execute the close all doors command to a single button press. That would be kind of neat. Alright, D31, D29. So, like I'm saying, it's dangerous to leave drones on low health, because decent health gives you a chance to respond to fungus spreading out into your way. But I don't know. I don't know that we're going to be able to afford to repair drones to very high health. Okay, well. I see. I thought I saw a little bit of purple. Okay, all that for 1 scrap. So, there's still a little bit to the left for us to explore. Let's see if I can figure out a clean way over there. Also, I guess we can unflag room 13. That's probably a thing worth doing. But while we're doing that... Okay. So we have no data at all about the safety of that room or any of the rooms adjacent to it, and we can't close door 35 except from room 6. And I don't think I get a clean read on room 6 anyway, if I remember correctly. No, I do. But I wouldn't have access to the door. I could put I could move the teleport module to the generator drone, teleport him to this room, operate the thing, leave the motion sensor drone in room 7, and then the second room 6 goes red, execute an already typed in teleport command to just get him out of there? Maybe. Except I don't actually know how the teleport command works. Alright, here's what we're doing. That's right. I know there's something hostile through door 15. Let's move that thing out to room 8. Man, there was a lot of hostile stuff on this ship. I was hopeful that maybe the next power inlet would be in there. So it looks like it's just one room that I haven't explored. I think we're just gonna call it. Let's get out of here. We've taken enough damage. And honestly, we haven't done too poorly on loot. Well, so a little bit of a mistake on my part has led to some expensive repairs, and the episode got kind of long because that was a big ship. And that's where we're going to call it for today. I'll fix everything up at the beginning of the next episode, so come back next time to watch me do some tedious repairs, and then hopefully do something a little bit less tedious. Let's go ahead and just travel over here so I don't forget what I was doing. Alright, and we'll see you then.